Hey guys, what is up, all my gorgeous souls? Welcome and welcome to my channel Aeipathy, where I specialize in love readings, readings for healing, and of course, just high vibrational living. High vibes, good times. And speaking of vibes today, guys, oh my goodness, we have a whole mood going with Chris Ann. I even posted a short video that you may or may not have seen, but I have pulled out of the the archive, out of the vault, a couple of the decks that I had put away in my collection, namely this beautiful piece de resistance, which is the Muse Tarot, the indie version of the Muse, with these gorgeous coral edges. I don't know if you can see that. You can kind of see it peeking out right there. Oh my God, stunning, absolutely gorgeous, breathtaking. One of my favorite decks in existence that I own, that I think has ever been created. It's absolutely gorgeous and stunning. Not to be biased at all. I love all of these decks. But yeah, I just was feeling Chris Ann. She's one of my favorite deck creators. She now has 3 tarot decks obviously featured here. So I thought, why not? And she even has an oracle too. So we have even that kind of featured today that we'll be using in the reading. And today we're going to be asking about your person if you're in no contact, limited contact, if things are just a little off in your connection and you're kind of wanting to know the details of what's going on, what's happening, what's your person kind of sort of thinking and feeling. We're not going to delve too deeply in that because I do separate, feelings readings, but we're going to get a little bit of insight into where your person is at energetically, and more importantly, what's going on in this no contact or limited contact separation situation. So let's go ahead and get started. Pile 1 is going to be your Light Seers Tarot. That's that black background, beautiful teal. And then this moss agate tower. Stunning, perfect color match for that. We also have, once again, the Indie Muse Tarot. And this is with this crystal, this tower that I don't know the name of. I thought I knew. This almost to me looks like, no, I forgot the name. It's not lime quartz. Whatever it is, it pairs perfectly with this deck. Kind of almost got like a botanical vibe with this beautiful floral design going on. So anyway, if somebody knows what that is while I'm trying to figure it out, let me know, help someone out. But in the meantime, just select it by pile 2, the Muse and this beautiful green tower. And then pile 3, which we've featured a lot, which is the Tarot of Curious Creatures. That's with the Mookaite Jasper Tower. And take a second to reflect over the piles, whichever deck is drawing you in most or whichever crystal calls to you most. And then I will see you over at your pile for your reading. Hey, pile 1, happy to have you here. Hope you're having a wonderful day. You were drawn to the Moss Agate Tower. Hopefully you can you see that? Yeah, there we go. It's really beautiful. Deep teal color. And the Light Seers, excuse me, Light Seers Tarot. I know the name of it. Geez. Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. This is the first of 3 tarot decks that Chris Ann has created, and all 3, as you saw, hopefully in the intro, to pick your pile, all 3 are being featured in today's video. This is a beautiful deck. It's actually the only one that I don't own the independent version of. So Chris Ann has put out 3 tarot decks and 1 oracle, and of that, 2 of the tarots, this Light Seers and then the Muse, have indie versions. I have the Indie Muse, and then the Sacred Creators also has an indie version that I also own, but she never put one out for the Tarot Curious Creatures, which is kind of a shame, but it's a really great deck anyway. And then this one now, to get that indie version that I missed out on, is like $2,000. I'm not even exaggerating. But I know it would be stunning and the quality would be amazing, because even with the Muse Tarot, there's such a distinction in the quality when it's the independent version versus the mass market. So yeah, it's sad. It's beautiful too. It's got, so like the Muse has those coral edges. The Light Seers has, in place of that, like how it has this teal, it has teal borders, teal edges. Oh, someday, you guys, I'm going to get that one added to the collection. I love to collect independent decks, but we're going to go working with this one today, and it's a beautiful one, great imagery. We are asking what's going on with your person. If there's no contact, limited contact, if your person's just being weird, if the energy is off, if something is going on and you don't know what and you want to figure it out, yeah, I'm going to help you do that. Hopefully we're going to get some good answers from Spirit today. Insight for you, guidance on how to move forward. I know that energy is difficult. We're going to do our best to work through that together. I'm here to support everyone on their journey. And as I said also in my intro, I provide readings that are mostly love focused, but I also do zodiac readings. They all have this same infusion of love, positivity, healing qualities to them, because I'm all about the ascension, the expansion as human beings here in this incarnated state on this planet, and doing my part to contribute to the collective to help you with that. Hopefully I'm able to do that. That's my goal. I want to promote high vibrational living as much as possible. That's how we manifest at our highest ability, the highest energy of all. So go ahead and ready yourself for the reading today. These could be very triggering messages. Obviously, we're talking about a difficult situation that's probably already a little bit painful for you. So just make sure that you are in the best energy, best energetic space possible to receive your reading and the messages within it today. And also, because this can be a murky situation when you're not in contact, chances are you really don't know what's going on with your person. So to help you anchor the messages you get today and be able to affirm that they are yours, you can take in as your own, go ahead and select a sign. That can be absolutely anything at all. And when you've done that, we're going to go ahead and get started. Start with tarot. Again, the light seers. We'll pull some oracle, Chris Ann again, and get you some guidance as well. So this already flipped out. Like, could we state any more obviously what's going on? So I would definitely say already that you guys are in a true no contact situation, but we'll get more information. For pile one, Spirit, what is going on in pile one's situation with their person? Their no contact situation with their person. Why is their person not communicating, not contacting them? What is going on? So first we have the Fool. Here we are. We have the Knight of Cups. These are really great images, very modern. The Nine of Swords. And, oh, we had two come out. So we have the Eight of Swords with the Seven of Swords. Lots of swords energy, and I have to say, the more difficult, unpleasant swords coming out for you. Clarifying this Fool energy, we have the Seven of Wands. The Knight of Cups, we have the Emperor. So story already coming through here, but, of course, I'll keep on going. The Nine of Swords, we have the World. And for the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Swords together, we have the Ace of Wands. Beautiful cards. Just really, really great. Very vibrant. We're pulling from the Queen of the Five Elements Oracle. Why is pile one's person not communicating? What's going on in their no contact situation? We have support, grounding, nurture, and heart spirit. Hopefully you can see those. If you can't entirely, don't worry. I will bring them into shot when we talk about them. But I think those should be okay for now. Mostly, yeah. We have a little more room. Let's go ahead and get the Sacred Creators Oracle out as well right away. We have Creator Earth. Not much earth energy here, so that's interesting. I think grounding is needed. The spark of hustle. To me, what came through with this card, honestly, was like fleeing, running away, hustle out of and away from the scene. That's what I'm being told. Isn't that interesting? And choose who you are becoming. Beautiful colors, beautiful reading. Obviously a little bit heavy, but not too bad. So pile one, why is your person not communicating? What is going on in your no contact? I think, you're probably well aware that this person has a lot of resistance that they're sitting in. And in fact, you may be as well. But certainly what's going on in the overall connection is that this new beginning, representative of the Fool here, this energy of taking that leap of faith, of trusting, and kind of look at her position, her stance here, and how she's in the scene. She's barely hanging on, and she's really free falling. She's at the verge, this precipice of diving in deep, head first, if you will, into this well of water, of emotion, of depth. This is indicative of somebody having a new beginning and taking that leap of faith into something new, exciting, emotionally fulfilling. But again, with the Seven of Wands, there's a resistance. You can even see in this card also that this spark of creation, this spark of innovation, of enlightenment, of desire, the person's face is turned away. So this person is just, not seeing things for what they are, or choosing not to see them for what they could be. The potential is certainly there, and they feel this very much. This for me is almost feeling like a newer connection for some of you. It doesn't have to be for everyone. If it's not a newer connection, then this is just somebody who's kind of stayed very surface level with it, has barely skimmed the surface, not actually making contact with the water, which is indicative of emotion. And we even have the Knight of Cups here, which is also a card that is tied to the water element, and yet there's no water present. I think this is someone who's been very superficial in this connection. You probably don't have much indication, at least currently, of how this person is feeling. They really ride the perimeter of the emotional pool. You don't have a whole lot of sense and wherewithal of where they stand. There's a lot of resistance they're sitting in. With the Emperor as well, this is somebody who's just firmly rooted and grounded, and while they feel a lot of emotion, they're not acting on it. They're choosing to remain what they feel is in their power. I'm actually feeling that this is a little bit more negatively aspected. It's a distorted masculine energy. So the Emperor is divine masculine representation, but when it's distorted or ill-dignified, it's going to represent somebody who's very stubborn, who's very much in control and needing to stay in control. And again, avoid those emotional depths. We have a lot of anxiety coming through here, a lot of mental turmoil. There is indications here that there is possible anxiety, depression, some type of mental weariness. This person's struggling emotionally. Again, we have the Nine of Swords here. And this is depicting what I want to say are all of these crows. There's even a white crow, which is, a sign of spirit, a sign of, all of these are a sign of enlightenment to me. The crow is a very intuitive animal. This person is burying their head in their hands, though. They're refusing or not able to see and connect with that intuition. It's so high above them, and it's not in their current awareness. So this person is sitting in a lot of anxiety, or sitting in a lot of confusion, a lot of worry, or a lot of rumination. The World is usually a very, very good card, which is symbolic of, happy endings and completion. It's the last card in the major arcana. But for some reason, in this context here, what I'm getting with this card, look at how there's all of these shapes on the outer perimeter, and she's enclosed in this circle. It almost makes me think of like all of these boxes of potential, or all of these different avenues, these different routes that this person can take, all of the different things that they consider or ponder as options in their mind with this connection. And yet they choose to act on none of it. They stay stuck. They stay kind of inside of this little safe bubble that they have. It's a bubble of ignorant bliss is almost what it's coming through to me as. This person keeps themselves stuck. They avoid the emotional depths. I think that the Seven of Swords here could be, of course, it's always like that lie, cheat, steal card, as they say. But, for me, this is more about avoidance. This is about self-entrapment. This is about self-restriction, limiting beliefs. This is somebody who, as you can see, she's not actually, you know, held back. And yet in her mind, her vision of things, she's very much restricted. She's very much being restrained. This person feels held back from taking, action. This Ace of Wands energy, this is that spark of creativity. Remember I said the spark of hustle and bustle, or the spark of hustle, came through to me as almost being like to flee the scene, like the spark that gives them that gumption to like take off and run. And we do have the Seven of Swords, which is a guy who, sort of dips out. So the Ace of Wands, to me, whether, it's like the, what do they say? Flight, fight, or freeze now they're calling it. Flight or flight is what I call it. That's the old school way. And it's almost like they have this passionate inspiration, but sometimes it gives them a feeling of like inspiration and action and taking charge, motivation, drive, ambition. Other times it's like, I got to get the hell out of here. There's no way that I can do this right now. So they're really back and forth, and they're up in their head a lot. Again, a lot of swords energy. This person just doesn't feel ready for a new beginning. They don't feel ready emotionally to commit. This is sort of your classic, I hate to say it, but it's like the commitment phobe, someone who isn't ready to take that next step. And we have here the Creator Earth card. Even though there wasn't a lot of Earth energy presenting, with the Emperor coming out here and this Creator Earth, I do think this person's very much stuck in their material world. They may focus on work to distract them from emotions, or they may find a lot of their self-worth only tied to their productivity. Things may not be going the best for them in their material world. That's just going to be for some of you, which could represent and obviously tie back to a lot of why this swords energy is presenting. Again, these are all of like the sort of difficult swords energies, the struggle, the mental fatigue and weariness and depression, or, really just burdened energy. This person is needing to take a step back right now to nurture self. So I think that, I'm feeling like this may be slightly offensive to you, or sort of like you're taking it personal in a way that you shouldn't, because this person is just needing to focus on themselves and do what's best for themselves. What I'm hearing and seeing here is they do have a big loving heart with heart spirit, but look at how she's sort of obscured. She's hiding behind. She's not completely and fully revealed. Even though this flower is in full bloom, this person is not ready to embrace that side of themselves yet. When this World card came out also, especially with this Nine of Swords anxiety card above it, this made me think of the fact that there was something in their past previously that looked very happy, or was very happy and very aligned and sustainable for them for a long time. And then that sort of fell apart. There was an ending. It's brought in a lot of anxiety for them. And they're just afraid to kind of go back into that emotional depth again. Their heart space is blocked, definitely. Very much stuck in their current energy, which is fearful, which is avoidant, and someone who's not looking to have what you're looking for at this time. But the good news is that we have grounding and support here. And what I think is going on is, first of all, we're always supported by source, 100%. Your person's being guided. They're receiving the intuitive hits, the intuitive impressions from spirit about how to move forward, on how to, I'm hearing, more care for themselves, prioritize themselves. They're getting more downloads related to how they can stabilize emotionally. This is important to them because I don't think that they have that yet. They're very much either out of their emotions, or if they're in it, they're, anxious, as we see here. So this is about, not only emotional fulfillment and stability, but also just, again, grounding in that 3D world, the Creator Earth, balancing out all of their energies. They're either in or they're out. They're not ever fully in their power, divine masculine energy with the Emperor. They're never fully in all of their power, but also utilizing all of the elements, all of their senses. It's either like they're stuck in the 3D paradigm, in the matrix, or they dive in deep. They really don't have a lot of balance, a good sense of equilibrium there. And then they, have regretted it. They've, I'm hearing like they've taken this leap of faith before. It hasn't worked out for them. It's ended poorly. And it's just made them very resistant, very hesitant to act once again in love. even though they very much desire this. And again, even though they have a very, very big heart, it's kind of like it's easier to just avoid those emotions. Once again, the Seven of Swords, even lie to ourselves perhaps, or keep it very surface level and very much in the headspace that we don't have these emotions or we don't want to. um, and then with that, we can stay safe, we can feel comfortable. We're not falling. This person doesn't want to fall, literally, figuratively, any of those things. This person doesn't want to experience that right now. So it's just easier and safer and more secure feeling for them to remain in the 3D, because they haven't been emotionally balanced in the past, or they've given too much. It hasn't worked out well for them. And either way, they just feel very uncomfortable, very unsettled in those emotional depths. So it's easier for them to stay very grounded. But what's happening for them is, in this process, they are coming to a way of understanding that, grounding, true grounding, and, stability and balance is not by avoidance. It's with, reconciling anything that you have fear of, or anything that you're keeping closed off and kind of restricted and held back, again with this Eight of Swords card. So very much holding oneself back. They're realizing how they can sort of move forward and move into a better energy where they're utilizing everything, all of their talents, all of their skills, because a talent of theirs is actually to be very emotionally deep, very loving, very giving, very compassionate. They're just choosing not to be in that energy right now. I'm also being drawn back to this Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups, traditionally, all of the knights represent movement, right? Back in medieval times, the knights, okay, go ahead and focus here. The knights actually represented movement because they were, the ones that took important news. They traveled, they fought, obviously. They were very active members of sort of like the hierarchy of things. So all in tarot, all of the knights represent movement, with the exception really of the Knight of Pentacles. That one's kind of just hanging out, going a little slow, but usually they're always depicted with their horse, ready and moving forward. This guy, he's got a little bit of intention there. He's got the flowers in his hand, but he's not even on his horse. He's nowhere near his horse. He's sitting in the chair. He's got all of this kind of just sitting, waiting for him. But for me, this is not the most romantic card, because this person's not acting. They're not actually taking any action. They're not being a leader. A divine masculine energy is going to be someone who leads the connection in a very healthy, direct way. They're not going to be wishy-washy, or what one of my favorite spiritualists I follow, Jake Woodard, highly suggest him. He calls it a flow boy. So someone who just wants to go with the flow and see how things go, see where things lead. That's not somebody who's in divine masculine energy. Someone who's truly in their yang power, their masculine power, is going to lead, is going to provide that guidance for you, and just basically say to you, instead of go with the flow, their message is going to be more like, this is where I'm going, and would you like to go with me? I would love for you to be with me, or to go with me on this journey. And this is the direction I'm thinking of, where I'm heading. What do you feel about that? So, this person is not yet in that state of mind, not yet in their power. And so I think it's actually just been easier for them, with everything going on, to take a step back completely and to cut things off, or to be very, very distant. You may get some communication, but it's very, very sporadic. We have choose who you are becoming here with the directional signs. I think they had two choices to make, two paths they could take, and they just chose right now that what was most important is, again, their material accomplishments, their material stability, their own safeguarded bubble that they want to stay in. That's what they are deciding to be still right now, is to just remain in that same energy of who they've been. But they are growing, pile one, so don't get that conflicted. That is definitely changing and transitioning for them, but right now they're not choosing to level up in the way that you need. And so as difficult as it is, we don't want somebody in our field of awareness if we're at a certain level and they can't meet us there. We want people who are vibrational matches. When you start to be seeking out and chasing individuals who are not at our energetic frequency, that's when you lower your own vibration and things get really murky. So let's go ahead and see what else we need to know about your situation and this person, pile one. What else do we need to know about this no contact situation, and what is going on with pile one's person? The Four of Swords. So it's pretty clear. Again, they're just needing a break. It's important to say that it's just a break and it's not a permanent cutoff. It's apparently important to you. Ace of Pentacles. I do think eventually there will be this opportunity for a beginning with you. You know, the Fool eventually will sort of override all of their fear senses. They'll have this strong desire, and you will receive that offer that you've been hoping for. But, you know, we can't put our life on hold for that. We have to continue to move forward, and anyone that is meant for us will level up and meet our energy. The Three of Wands, yeah, so more indications of waiting, of planning. And the Five of Swords, I think this person feels very badly for how they've responded in this situation. Let's get a clarifier for that Five of Swords. Two of Wands, yeah. I think they're almost even regretting their decision already. Again, you know, when I pulled this Seven of Swords, this was reference to the idea of a flight or flight response. I think this person very much just sort of had an impulsive reaction, or, you know, was feeling as though this was definitely not something that they could act on right now. And so what do they needed to do? They needed to just preserve their own energy, their own peace of mind. They had to take a step back to sort of recuperate, take respite. It's not a permanent cutoff. It's not, you know, a permanent ending. It's just a break. It's just a period of rest. Before that they can hopefully come back in a better energy. But they do feel bad about doing that. In some cases there is regret if there was perhaps a very not nice way that was done, and if there was ghosting, or if there was an abrupt cutoff, and it was just difficult. I'm seeing that they struggled with that decision, and it's not something they feel particularly good about. They've at least had the awareness of that. Look at how there's so many crows depicted in this spread. You may have asked for a bird or a crow specifically as a sign. But in all of these instances, all of these cards up above, the crows are not making contact with the person. You know, again, this person's down here, all the crows are above. This person's kind of fleeing, this feathers everything, the crows, everything that you're seeing here with regard to those birds is not connected to the person, which means not connected to intuition. And here in the Five of Swords, this crow is right perched beside that person. Which gives me the idea that there's been enlightenment with that there's been a shift of awareness, at least, that wasn't the best approach or the best way to go about things. It's also coming up over the Ace of Wands, which is a very cerebral feel to me, which was interesting. That's not typically how I read this card. But look at, you know, right in her headspace, there's all of like this divine sort of illumination, this fiery spirit. Yeah, this light shining through, sparking something for them. So again, don't be concerned too much that this person's gone, you know, indefinitely, or that they don't care anymore. They care very much. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and ask, how is your person feeling about you, Pile 1? How is Pile 1's person feeling about them during this no contact situation? How are they feeling? Six of Swords. The Six of Wands, lots of sixes. 10 of Wands. And Page of Wands. And below that, I'd like to know, what are their thoughts? Current thoughts. The Tower. So again, that spark of inspiration has definitely come through. High Priestess, connecting to intuition. The Five of Wands. More fives. So again, transition, transformation, and the Knight of Wands. Okay. Let's get a few more from the Sacred Creator's Oracle. Fall in love with your own story. Creator, Alchemy. Stop, drop, and ground. The second indicator of grounding here in this reading for you, Pile 1. And mothering. Upwards and outwards. Embers, more fire coming through. And beauty. So that your person, Pile 1, is lit up. Their feelings, in terms of their feelings, they haven't changed how they are feeling about you. In fact, they feel still quite inspired and quite driven and magnetized back to you. Right now, I just feel like there's a need, a desire to move forward, move out of this difficult energy that perhaps they've been sitting in. I know that they they know as well, I know because I can feel it, but they know that they are not showing up in the right energy for you. And in fact, I do think that they feel guilty that they're not giving to you emotionally in the way that you deserve or in the way that you're giving to them. They want success. They want to feel victorious. They want to bring this out into the open. They want to make this official. There's really a strong sense of, for me, with all this Wands energy, which is fire, which is Leo, it's like getting out there and making things known and taking action and taking things to the next level. So that may be relevant to your connection in terms of like actually grounding things. Again, multiple indications of grounding things in the 3D, maybe making things official in terms of commitment or taking it to the next level in a grounded 3D way. Whereas perhaps, that would reference emotions. Maybe they have been showing up just in a physical sense or a sexy sense with all these wands, but not coming through with anything, deeper or again, more secure and grounded and balanced in this, 3D representation of the connection. You would often probably see, in fact, that that's lacking. You may not see them very often, or they may be very in and out. Again, with this 7 of Swords energy, makes me think of someone who's just a fly-by-night kind of a person. There's just really a very, very strong desire to move forward and move past obstacles. The 10 of Wands here, we have someone on a journey here. They have a lot of burden. They have a lot of weight, but they're still on that track. They're on that path towards success, towards closing out that cycle and ending that. So they're not giving up. We have the 4 of Swords and now we have the 10 of Wands, which are both about sort of pushing through, maybe taking a break to do so, but they're not intending to end things. In terms of their thoughts, the Tower, again, is this spark of inspiration, this spark of enlightenment that I think that they're having. And here with this Tower card, we actually have animals here. We have acorns. We have all of this greenery, symbolic of course, growth. What's lovely about this, we even have, again, that spark with the lightning. What's really lovely about this is that normally the Tower just represents pure destruction, like upheaval, things falling to the ground. This is actually beautiful looking. I believe this is a tree that's been struck by lightning, but we don't see any fire. We don't see any flames. We don't see anything destructive. In fact, the animal life is still able to flourish here. And we even have all of these beautiful butterflies, which are transformation. So this person, even though it may feel like everything has kind of come crashing down, it's actually not as bad as it seems, is what I'm hearing. You need to step into your intuition, much like this person is doing. Their thoughts are now shifted slightly. They're very much still in their 3D energy and in their mental body. But this is also telling me that as they are focusing more on their thoughts, they are receiving those downloads. They are getting those intuitive hits, those intuitive impressions. And things are starting to be a little bit more clear for them. Not entirely. They're still struggling. Their thoughts are still scattered. They're still having, some tension, some difficulty with making sense of everything, of what's next. There's a lot of turmoil and of difficulty here, struggle. But they feel just very lit up with this Knight of Wands coming up underneath the Page of Wands. It's just really a very, very strong energy of feeling joyous and giddy and desirous of coming back into your field of awareness. I don't think they want this to be over. We even have the Embers card, which the Embers is like a slow smolder, somebody who, as an energy that a person is embodying, would be somebody who is not letting that torch burn out, that not letting that fire be snuffed out. They very much feel it. And I just have to point out here, of course, we've got the moon as well, another indicator of intuition coming through for your person, pile 1. We have mothering, onwards and upwards, and beauty. So again, tying back to the themes of nurturing self, of choosing who they're becoming, wanting to move forward. Upwards and outwards is where they're focused, but right now they're just needing to incubate. They're needing to take this time to rest. We have the mothering energy here, which obviously she's pregnant, and then we had the 4 of Swords energy, 4 of Swords energy, which is actually looking like a womb and someone incubating in there as well. So I think this is just a period of rest, a period of of nurturing for your person before they can kind of step back into this more dedicated, driven energy for you that is set on success. But they see it. They see it. They see your beauty. They see the beauty in this connection. They see where things can lead, where things can go. They're very happy with, who you are and the energy between you and what's already transpired. And again, they haven't allowed, all of that passion and desire and care and all of those beautiful emotions that they do possess, that they just bury down deep and they don't tap into much. They're not letting those, though, burn out. They're not letting them die. They're just on hold. Stop, drop, and ground. So this is not only, what your person is doing, but this could be considered guidance for you too, pile one. This is important that you take a step back equally as much as your person is. Match their energy, lean into intuition, and ground yourself. Start focusing on what you're needing to be doing in your own individual part of your journey. We have another further indicator of that with fall in love with your own story. And it's also a number 9 card. So that's the energy of solitude, of introspection, of independence here. So, it's definitely the nod from spirit that this is divine intervention, this separation, and it serves you both. We have creator alchemy. So this is another number 6 card, reducing to 6, unconditional love. This is about creation as well. Creation with another, creation with self-love, obviously. Creator alchemy to me strikes me as creating that inner balance, that inner strength, desire. Again, when we talked about all of these different elements that your person possesses and how they choose to be in one realm or the other, in their headspace or in their driven energy materialistically, but not within their emotions. This is about creating that inner alchemy, that inner balance, utilizing all of those different aspects of self and keeping those in perfect balance. I think that's something you're working on too, pile one, in being able to master sort of every aspect of your life, what's going on in the 3D, what's going on energetically, what's going on intuitively, emotionally, all of those things, allowing all of that to be restored back into alignment. So we did already pretty much get some guidance, but I'm going to go ahead and ask for anything else we need to know and anything else that spirit has for you, pile one, on how you can best move through this situation with ease, support your person, of course, support your own ascension on your journey. What else do we have for pile one? Strength. So didn't we just talk about that? That inner resolve, that inner balance. 8 of Cups. You're on your own journey as well, pile one. Just keep going, keep flowing. Ace of Swords. More enlightenment coming through. And the King of Pentacles. So this gives me, 2 indications here. First and foremost, again, you're being called to step into power, to be in solitude, independent energy, and to pursue your own path. Be on your own journey, pile one, because that is where your power lies. That is where, all manifestation is really derived, is when you step into your own sort of, your own energetic alignment, your own creator ability, your own manifesting power. I don't think that we always manifest. Positively or negatively, we're manifesting every day, all day. That's what we do as human beings. We're attracting, of course. But with that, you want to manifest on a good track. And so as I say, that's where all good manifestation comes from, by being in your power. Sometimes that means taking the path less traveled, but it's also the path of least resistance. I think you've been very hesitant to move on or step out of your comfort zone without this person. Again, that bowl is on fire here. So the flames are still burning for you too. You haven't lost it for this person, and that's fine, but you can also step away from that and step towards true enlightenment. She's facing towards the sun, towards a brighter day, and more sun energy, Leo energy, lots of fiery, passionate, driven, and inspired sort of energy flowing through this reading here. And I think that's happening on both ends for each of you, for you and your person, pile one. There's also a lot of mental clarity coming in, again, slowly, especially for your person, but it is coming. The truth is being revealed. And I do think that eventually, as we had that Ace of Pentacles card come out, this person is going to show up for you in a more balanced, a more stable, secure way, a way that you wish that they would now. Now is not the time, pile one. It's the time for self. It's the time for you to build up your reserves, for you to gain your strength, to be back in power, and to step into your own path, your journey. to also get to that place where you're completely stable and secure. Again, even if you're secure in the material world, my goodness, I'm stumbling over my words. I have to get this out. Even if you are secure in the material world, or even if you have a lot of your life together as well, pile one, this is obviously representative, once again, of having all of your affairs and all of your, what makes up self being in balance. Again, the emotional self, the intuitive, the physical, the energetic, the material, everything. The King of Pentacles is the embodiment of complete stability, balance. He's actually the culmination of all the suits. And, he has it together. So this is where you're headed. You have a lot of those things already in place, but this is where this is where the magic truly happens. And that's going to allow your person to level up and do the same as well. I hope, pile one, that this has been of help to you. This was a great reading. I've so enjoyed also using Chris Ann's Light Seers Tarot. It was wonderful. This isn't sponsored or anything. I just happen to love her stuff. But if you've liked it as well, if it's been enjoyable to you and brought you some either peace, clarity, just goodness to your life, I would be so appreciative of you liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, sharing your story with me in the comments below, how it resonates, and hopefully I'll see you in a future reading. I do post these as much as possible, several times a week at least. I'll pick a cards. I am doing the next Zodiac pick a card as well, coming up, Pisces, towards the end of the month, so watch for that. But yeah, it's, again, been a wonderful day here connecting with you, and I've so enjoyed it. And I am honored every time that you choose to share space and connect with me. And until next time, I'm sending you so much loving, abundant energy. I hope you take good care of yourself. Bye-bye. Pile two, how are you? I hope you are doing well. You chose this beautiful green tower crystal. Still figuring out what that one is. And my favorite deck, one of my most favorite decks I have ever owned. Look at those beautiful coral edges. This is the indie version of the Muse Tarot, also by Chris Ann. We are featuring all Chris Ann decks today for all piles. And you have chosen my favorite of the three by far. This is like a striking deck. I actually don't know how anyone could be drawn to any of the other piles, right? But shh. Trying not to be biased here. So we are asking today, we're going to go ahead and take a look at why your person is not communicating, what's going on in your no contact or limited contact situation. And we're going to get some information, some answers for you. This is a very triggering reading at times. You are receiving messages obviously related to a very emotionally charged and, likely difficult situation. So with that, I ask that you just ready yourself energetically, that you're in the best space possible to receive the messages that come through today. So go ahead and take a deep breath in and out. Release any resistance and just know that you can trust the messages that you've been drawn to hear today. You're ready for them, even if they are difficult. Go ahead then also to anchor the impressions that come through, the insight and the clarity that comes, to be sure that it is yours and you can take it in as your own. Select a sign. Reason being especially important with these types of readings, okay? Especially important with these types of readings because of the fact that, in some cases you may be in no contact with the person. So it's a little difficult to discern, obviously, what is going on with them. And by asking for a sign, it just helps to, again, affirm those messages as your own, that you can take them in as being true for you. So we're going to start, of course, with Tarot, pull Oracle as well. We even are featuring Chris Ann's Sacred Creators Oracle deck. We'll go ahead and see what is going on in the connection, why there's no contact. We'll also even delve a little bit into what your person's current thoughts and feelings are towards you and the connection, just what's going on in the situation. Get guidance for you as well, and get you the necessary clarity that you need. These readings are timeless, meant for whenever you are finding them, and they are always meant to be positive, to uplift you. My readings are, all always infused with pure, loving source energy, meant for high vibrational living, so healing and being very love focused, very positive focused, good energy. That's my goal. Hopefully that's what you receive when you're here in my space with me. Okay, so let's take a look. What is going on with pile two's person and their no contact situation? What is going on for pile two, please? We have the Three of Inspiration. This is the Three of Wands in this deck. These are stunning images, stunning tarot, card backs, Page of Inspiration, lots of wands, fiery energy. Just everything, the whole aesthetic, the whole vibe of this deck is just really wonderful. Nine of Materials. This is the Nine of Pentacles. And the Empress, number 3. Interesting about this, I had never used this deck before. I have purchased it. I'm a collector, but I hadn't used it. And with this printing of the indie version of the Muse Tarot, this Empress card was originally card 2. And then they sent out, correction, a replacement. So I almost kept card 2 and had card 3 out. But then I was like, I'm going to just use the traditional Empress card, and it comes out for you. So that's interesting. The Six of Wands, clarifying that Three of Wands energy. The Ace of Emotions. This is the Ace of Cups for that Page of Wands. The Queen of Emotions. Queen of Cups, that's my card. Cancerian energy. My favorite card in any deck. And the Tower for the Empress. This is very interesting energy here. From the Queen of the Five Elements Oracle. What is going on with pile two's person? Why are they not communicating? Golden Nuggets. Sharp Edges. Home. And Wintering. Okay. Getting a few messages out already, but let's go ahead and get a few cards from Chris Ann's Sacred Creators Oracle deck as well. What is going on with pile two's person? No contact here. Sacred Flow of Yes. I love how colorful everything's been today with her decks. Really, really great. Cut the Cords of Doubt. And Cozy Up with Risk. So for pile two, what's going on with your person? Why are they not communicating? What is going on in your no contact situation? There's so much fiery energy. All of this inspiration are wands, the wand suit. And there is just so much fire here. There's so much desire. And yet I feel like that, that's been put on hold. Your person has sort of, they've iced this out. They've gone very cold is what I'm hearing. I'm getting that from both the Wintering card and the Sharp Edges. There's been some type of upset to the balance of this connection. Everything I feel was going beautifully. We have golden nuggets here. We have home. This is the idea to me of everything being abundant and wonderful feeling, safe, secure, specifically with this home card that I was drawn to. Could obviously be relating to an actual home life or family matter, but at any rate, it just represents to me this idea of comfortability, of security, stability in the connection. And we have the Empress here as sort of the embodiment of everything beautiful, wonderful, abundantly flowing. Just, it's a beautiful energetic presence to be in with a relationship or even with self. And then there was an upset. There was a clear disruption to that energy, to the flow of this beautiful, connection. I'm feeling like there was definitely something that put the brakes on all of this lovely flowing cups energy, this Ace of Emotions, Ace of Cups with the Page of Inspiration. This is somebody who's feeling it big, pile two, and wanted to act on it. That was feeling guided and drawn and very, desiring to pursue this and bring it forward. This person, again, was on the top of the world with you. I think they very much, with this Nine of Materials, which is the Nine of Pentacles, it's a sort of like the pre-Empress energy, they say. So we've got both of these energies of abundance, of creation, of just everything going beautifully. We've got the Queen of Emotions, which is obviously, a very loving, caring, compassionate, another beautiful energy card here. The Ace of Emotions, which is the beginning of a loving situation, or like big flowing emotions coming through. But then we have, we have this Tower, all of this beautiful, beautiful energy, and then this Tower and these sharp edges and wintering. So it's like everything was looking stunning until we get to all this black, all this, like the world turned gray for this person. They had big plans. I think that they wanted to pursue this with you for quite some time. They always felt drawn to you. They always wanted, to have something with you. This may be a new connection in the sense of actually beginning to have those deeper depths, those emotional depths with each other. But you could actually have known them for quite some time, or they could have been planning to come forward to you, or planning and hoping, for there to be some sort of a connection with you for, quite some time. So there was a lot of intention here. And then look at in this Three of Wands card, then the dominoes started to fall, then everything fell apart. I want to get some clarification on what that was. What happened with this Tower energy for pile 2? Why did everything come crashing down? I think this person just got really, really spooked, really scared off. Something happened. What happened with the Tower? Okay, so we have the Muse, which is the King of Wands, the Star, and the Five of Wands. So yeah, all of their passion, all of the hopefulness, the optimism, everything that they were feeling came crashing down. They were suddenly dealing with a lot of challenges, a lot of struggle, a lot of obstacle. What is this Five of Wands obstacle? The Seven of Materials, the Eight of Materials, and the Ace of Voices, or Ace of Swords. So there was some truth revealed. There was some type of information or exchange communicated that really threw everything off course in this connection. I think this person, again, was very, very invested, as much as they could be. But with this Eight of Materials, this Eight of Pentacles energy, with her having so many arms and all of these different, directions that she's pulling from, I do think this person had a lot of responsibility, a lot of different things that they were in charge of handling or that they needed to attend to. And it just became too much. In light of something that came to light, in light of something that was brought forth, a truth that was revealed or spoken, this person just realized they couldn't continue to invest here, or that their capacity was sort of cut off to continue moving forward. They have so much desire to, even still. And we have the sacred flow of yes. This person wants to say yes to you, pile 2. I think it pains them very much that they had to step away. I do think this is a full no contact. That Tower energy makes me think that, yeah, for some reason that there's just nothing going on here. Cut the cords of doubt. So this also made me think that they cut the cords of communication, or cut the lines of communication. But in fact, what this is urging and saying is this person is cutting the cords of doubt, or needing to cut the cords of doubt. They fell into a state of misalignment with this connection. They were previously feeling so abundant. They were feeling, in fact, on top of the world. The King of Wands is someone who can take charge and handle anything, and is very driven and inspired to do so. And yet, they're not feeling so comfortable with that risk any longer. There was some element of risk, I think, to this connection, either emotionally, to get involved and step into a commitment again, or if there's some other, need for discretion and some level of risk involved, some type of vulnerability in the connection. Either way, that Home card gives me reference to, things didn't feel as safe anymore as they once did. Get some more information. What else do we need to know for pile 2? What else do we need to know for pile 2? We have the Six of Voices. This is the Six of Swords. The Wheel of Fortune, card 10. Number 12, the Hanged Man, Hanged Muse in this deck. And the Knight of Emotions, or the Knight of Cups. This person is suspended right now. They're in a period of inaction, of reflection, of deciding, and of strategizing. I'm hearing. I want to pull one more. What is going on with this Hanged Muse? Strength, regaining strength. Yeah, to come back forward. Knight of Inspiration, Knight of Wands. And the Moon, they're heeding intuition. They're tapping into intuition. And Justice at the bottom. They want to make things right with you, pile 2. So that's the energy that they're sitting in. Even though there's nothing going on at the surface and you're wondering what's, happening. Why is this person not returning? Or why is this person stepping away from me when everything was so beautiful, when it was going so well? Why did everything suddenly fall apart? This person is just got knocked off the horse. They're getting back on the horse, and they're regaining their footing. They're needing to get to a more balanced place. And once they do that, they're going to come in and create balance or restore balance here and make things right with you. So they're going to come forward once again in the future. Spirit wants you to know, with this more emotionally stable energy once again, those same wonderful loving intentions that they had in the beginning. They're moving out of this difficult energy that they were sitting in with that 6 of Swords. This is moving on from turmoil or challenging times. That 5 of Wands, this sharp edges, all of these indicators of really difficult, struggling energy. Even this Ace of Swords, like this cutting, sort of this coldness. Remember, this wintering card also came out right there. Wintering, coldness, distance. I said that they kind of put their emotions and all of the beautiful, like fiery, passionate energy that they had for you on hold. It's literally suspended right now. They're moving out of that difficult energy that they were sitting in, and the wheel's about to shift and turn for you, pile 2. This is about to be a huge energetic leveling up or ascension. What is this wheel card about? Yeah, awakening. So this is Judgment in this deck, and this is them returning. Judgment is things coming back around in better form. This is literally waking up. This is coming to a realization, the call of the soul. Look at how it's connected to also the base of her throat. It's blue. She's illuminated in blue, which is the throat chakra, which is communication and truth, color of truth. So this person is definitely going to be coming back in with communication at least, and if not, actually coming back into your field of awareness to sort of rebalance out the connection, which is beautiful energy, right? We love to see that and hear that. I didn't feel called to ask for pile 1 if this person was returning, and it didn't come out. So, maybe I'll ask for pile 3, but for you, I was thinking to ask, and it just came out anyway. Source answered for us what I already wanted to know, which is that they are planning a return, a reunion. Let's get a few more cards and see how your person is currently feeling. Just going to get a few. Top row, Spirit, is how is pile 2's person currently feeling about pile 2. Bottom row will be their thoughts, current thoughts. So for feelings, we have the Lovers, card 6, beautiful. The 9 of Wands, the 9 of Inspiration. The 9 of Emotions, lots of independent energy, again, reflective of that introspection, that suspension phase with the Hanged Man. So that's the 9 of Cups. And then we have the World Cosmos, which is the world. They feel huge, huge loving energy for you, pile 2. This is like soulmate energy. This is definitely a soul tie, a soul connection. They still feel very lit up by you and the idea of being with you. And you are their dream come true, their wish fulfillment. You are everything to them, their happy ending, what would just complete them. They're just a little hesitant. And thoughts, current thoughts. The 10 of Wands, here we go. So this is a little bit burdened, a little bit overwhelmed feeling still. 7 of Swords, 7 of Voices. The 8 of Voices, yes, lots of Swords energy. The Queen of Materials, the Queen of Pentacles. Temperance on the bottom. So current thoughts are centered around, again, how difficult that this all is right now. The energy of, resistance, of not being able to move forward in the way that they'd like, having to hold themselves back with this Ace of Swords energy, or just seeing the limitations, seeing the difficulty rather than seeing the flow and the ease that could be if they just shifted their perspective. It's, again, relating back to me those sharp edges and that card from the Queen of the 5 Elements Oracle. Both of those are giving me indications that, again, they're very fragmented right now. See how there's different pieces in both of those cards. There's different elements, different things at work. Again, we also had the 8 of materials come out, which was representative of a lot of different responsibilities or different directions that person's being pulled in. So right now they're not in a cohesive place, where they can come forward and provide this balance to you. They see you as this beautiful, beautiful wife energy. The potential here is huge. Again, I think that you are what they want, pile 2. They've decided this. They want to make this work, and they want to restore faith and balance to the connection. They want to come back to you and make everything right, make everything beautiful again. They're just very conflicted. I don't normally read reversals, but this card has such a stark contrast to it. You can't help but see it. The 7 of Voices, or the 7 of Swords, is again a card that could be like lie, cheat, steal, they say. It can be representative of an element of deception, if there was any of that in this connection, either towards you or involving you to some degree. This is also somebody strategizing. The lightly aspected side is strategy, organization, planning. If you reverse it, everything's gone gray, and there's just a lot of coldness. There's a lot of avoidance. There's a lot of defensiveness. I think this person kind of rides the line here in terms of where they stand with this 7 of Swords energy. There's just, again, this idea of risk with these foxes being present to me. There's this idea of risk being involved that I don't know that they're prepared fully to continue to engage in. They just feel very limited in their ability to handle that right now. Welcome the Divine Masculine. This person's stepping back into power. Again, pile 2, it's happening. It's just taking some time. You are living poetry. I just got a feeling that this person is very expressive. They may have written you a love letter or shared poems with you or music. They may just be very, very emotive and expressive emotionally with their sharing their feelings, sharing their thoughts with you, their plans with you, what they desire with you, literally their dreams. Accept and receive. Overthinking can spoil the magic. Oh man, 2 big messages coming out for you there. Wait just a moment. And changes underneath. That's interesting. And from the Queen of the 5 Elements, reflection, beauty, that came out in pile 1. Sunshine, and riverbanks. Okay. And what else do we need to know for this no contact situation with pile 2? Guidance for pile 2 on how they can move forward, best support themselves and their person in these energies. The 3 of materials, that's the 3 of Pentacles. The 4 of materials, 4 of Pentacles. Ace of Wands, Ace of Inspiration, and the 3 of Emotions, or 3 of Cups. Okay. So this person is leveling up. Again, they're regaining their balance, pile 2. Welcome the Divine Masculine. This person is stepping back into power. The guidance for you is to do the same. To stay in this inspired, just divinely guided energy where you're not focusing on any lack, where you're not overthinking things. We even have a card, overthinking can spoil the magic. I think you've been putting a lot of energy into wondering about this situation, wondering if things are going to change. I'm hearing they are. Not being open to just accepting and receiving things as they present. In fact, you're blocking the flow of receiving right now, pile 2, because you're overthinking, because you're spoiling what could be by staying in an energy that doesn't support and serve this connection's highest good. Right now, you're being called to focus on your own creation with this 3 of materials, which is the 3 of Pentacles. This is about collaboration, creativity. This could be related to work or how you're showing up in the material world. This could be a passion project of yours, some type of endeavor that you're undertaking, or it could be a call to do that. Also to ground yourself and be worried and focus, not be worried, but to be concerned more with your own stability and your own firm foundation. That's important for collaboration with anyone else, especially in a romantic connection. Keep yourself in that flow state. Keep yourself in that receiving mode by being inspired, by acting on all of this beautiful, abundant energy that calls to you when you feel it. Stay happy, stay feeling focused and balanced and looking to the positives of the situation. The Three of Cups, again, giving reference to me of creativity, the Empress energy that presented in the beginning of the reading, how beautiful and how wonderful the world view looked for both of you at the time that you were connected. You need to try as much as you can to embody that energy now still. By doing so, that's going to help to change things around. Again, see the beauty, see the abundance, see the happiness, feel that beautiful energy once again. That's how things shift. You know, the sunshine is coming. In the meantime, focus on, again, just that little corner of happiness, whatever it may be. If it's a certain hobby you have, or if it's work, or if it's getting together with friends, even social circles can be indicated both with the Three of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. Like this idea of getting together with community, of, again, collaboration, of communing with others. So there's definitely a call for you to step into, again, that creator flow state, and then literally riverbanks, flow with it. This is the card about just allowing life to go as it presents for you and being content with how that looks at the time. And the final card, which is reflection. So take this time. Here we go. Take this time, pile 2, to really step into your power, to stay in this, again, receiving mode, this mode of appreciation. Take a close look at your life, what you're loving, what you're hoping to change. Get your, all of your own inner work out of the way, all of your own things sorted out, because once this person comes back in, I think things are going to shift and change very quickly, and you want to be ready for them. You don't want things to continue on the same track they were when you separated. This was a divinely guided separation for you. So as difficult as it was, or maybe how painful it was with those sharp edges card coming out for us, in the beginning, when things first happened, I am hearing that it really, really serves you very strongly. It's allowing you to take that time that you need for self, to do that inner reflection work. Your person's doing that as well. Remember, the Hanged Man came out. And allowing things to realign and rebalance separately before, again, coming back together when things feel safer, when things are brighter again, when both of you can flow with the natural, abundant, beautiful, loving energy that surrounded you both when you were first connected to each other. And again, they're coming back as well, pile 2. So be ready for that. Be ready and just do what you need to in the meantime. Stay positive and feeling happy and content with your life. I hope that this reading has been of help to you. I've so enjoyed connecting and also presenting with this Muse Tarot, this beautiful independent deck. This is not sponsored, obviously, or anything. That's not even a deck you can get anywhere now. But I just enjoy using Chris-Anne, and she had wonderful things come through today in her deck. I love it for intuitive reading especially. So if you've enjoyed this reading as well, if it's resonated for you, I would love for you to like, share, subscribe, engage with the channel in any way that you see fit to do so, however you're guided to. It presents a really wonderful energetic exchange for readers on YouTube, when viewers just take that moment to share a like or to comment and relay how the reading resonated for them, and that you've enjoyed it, most importantly, because that is my goal. And if you have enjoyed it, I hope to see you again in a future reading. In the meantime, I am sending you so much loving, abundant, joyful energy to you, pile 2. Hope you take really good care. And until next time, bye-bye. Hi, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. You were drawn to Chris-Anne's third deck, her latest tarot, which is a tarot of curious creatures, and the wonderful accompanying Mookaite Jasper Tower, one of my favorites. Today we are going to be asking, looking into your no contact situation and asking what is going on with your person. Why are they no contact or limited contact? Why have they emotionally distanced themselves? We're also going to take a quick look into their thoughts and feelings currently, not too much, just briefly. We have the Fool card coming out, so that may be relevant. I'll put it back. If it's meant to come out, it will do so again. We're also going to go ahead and get some guidance for you, of course, how you can best move forward during these energies. These are traditionally very triggering readings, or can be, obviously, with the nature of the subject matter. So please ensure that you are in the best energetic space to receive these messages as they present. Trust that you've been drawn to this reading today for a reason. They are timeless, and that you are ready and prepared to receive whatever insights come through for your person. Also, with no contact energies, obviously the situation makes it somewhat difficult at times to know exactly what is going on with your person, how they may be thinking and feeling. So to help anchor any messages that come through for you, I ask that you select a sign, which can be anything at all, you know the drill. And doing so just helps to affirm any messages that come through for you, that you can take them in as true for you and to your person. And once you've done that, we'll be ready to go. These readings are never meant to make anyone feel anything but uplifted and positive and encouraged about moving forward. That is the focus of my readings here at the channel. They are all love infused, but they all are intended to be high vibrational, very positive in nature, to promote healing and ascension, expansion in this human experience incarnated on this planet. And that is my goal for you. So hopefully I achieve that as I do each reading. It's very important to me. Okay, so for pile 3, what is going on in pile 3 situation? Why is there no contact for pile 3? We have the 9 of Pentacles. This is such a cute deck, these little animals. The High Priestess. The Hierophant, and the 9 of Cups. Ooh, I think you can see these cards pretty well. Clarifying, we have the 10 of Cups, the 5 of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the 3 of Cups. Slightly similar energy, pile 3 to pile 1. We'll see if that remains true. From the Queen of the 5 Elements Oracle deck, what does pile 2 need to know about this no contact situation? What is going on with pile 2's person? Why are they no contact? Riverbanks, okay. Moving forward. Golden nuggets. And letting go. Yikes, okay. And from the Sacred Creators Oracle, also by Chris Ann. You are living poetry. This came out in pile 2. You are magic. Okay, these are interesting. Fill your cup with sacred giggles. Okay. Huh. One more. Change maker, make waves. Okay. So pile 3, why is your person not communicating? What is going on in your no contact situation? There's a little bit of a trigger warning with this one, pile 3. There's 2 scenarios kind of coming through for me. As everyone says, this is a general reading, so everything may not resonate, but this won't apply obviously then for all of you. For some it will. For some of you, the reason, quite frankly, that there is no contact is because the person is moving on, moving forward in a different direction. We have moving forward as well as the letting go card. So again, I'm just hearing that for some of you, there may have been an actual breakup and breakdown of the connection that is moving in the direction where this person is actually moving on. But that doesn't feel to be for the majority of you. Excuse me. For most of those viewing pile 3, we have someone who's very, very self-focused. The reason I say this, we have multiple number 9s, first of all, coming out. 9s in tarot are all about solitude, the energy of introspection, inner reflection, and just a very independent energy. This person is very independently minded. They're not so much focused on, you know, quite honestly, collaboration with others. We have, first of all, the Nine of Pentacles energy, which is someone who is concerned with their own material abundance, their own earthly matters, their own kind of outer world. Their focus is not on the Ten of Cups here, which is happiness and emotional fulfillment with another person, perhaps even a family situation. So this person, quite honestly, for pile 3, is not really focused on taking things to a higher level at this point in time. Again, this can change, but as of right now, this person is very much in an energy of independence, um, self-fulfillment. They're very focused on their own affairs. And furthermore, that's reciprocated, or that's reflected in the Nine of Cups as well, with the Three of Cups clarifying. So we have the Nine of Cups, which is always an independent energy as well. It can be wish fulfillment of dreams, of illusions, but it's also somebody who's just, again, sort of in their own world, their own desires. And this person is looking up at all of these cups, all of these different options available to them. Again, that message, if someone is moving on, this could be because they are entertaining other offers. The Three of Cups can be indicative of a third party, or just the idea of getting back out into the social circle or the dating world. Again, that's not for the majority of you, but that is a message that comes out. That is one storyline that may be relevant. For others of you, again, this is just the idea that this person is very independently focused and is not focused on connection right now. In fact, what we have here, even in the event that we do have someone that's showing up at some points or at some times in this connection, is someone who's very much just wanting to flow with the energy as it presents, take things very casually. There's many indicators of this, but none other more than the Three of Cups, which also represents friendship. So it's clearly saying, as of right now, what Spirit wants you to know about this no contact is what this person wants, either no contact or limited contact. It feels more like with this person, is that they are more focused on friendships than on a relationship, on taking things to a very committed level and having something very emotionally deep. I think they're in a very strong period of growth right now with self. We have the Hierophant here, which is a number 5. This is indicative of higher learning, of spiritual enlightenment and ascension, of change, transformation, and it's clarified by the Queen of Swords. This is also someone who's very much, having a shift in perspective, having a shift in focus, perhaps. Someone who just has still a lot going on in their head, I'm hearing. A lot of things to sort out, a lot of difficulty connecting truly with the divine right now, in alignment with the divine plan, trusting intuition. Here we have the High Priestess, which is indicative of intuition, and that's clarified by the Five of Wands, which is struggle, which is tension, which is resistance. So there's either an inability or a lack of desire, inability, or a resistance, an inhibition towards stepping into intuition, stepping into their higher senses, and staying just very, again, material minded, very focused on self, very much wanting to just go with things as they present and keep it light. We have golden nuggets here, which just makes me think of, abundance, of freedom, of happiness, of materialism. So again, referencing back to that Nine of Pentacles, this person could be very focused on work or on building up their own world right now, what's going on with them in their own life. And we have riverbanks, which this is a card in this oracle that actually represents just flowing with life as it presents. In this case, this person does that a little too much. We have fill your cup with sacred giggles. This person's all about keeping things light, keeping things fun, keeping in a realm that also, as I'm hearing, feels safe. Change maker, make waves. This person's not ready to change yet. They're not ready to level up and be the person that you need them to be at where you're at in your journey. Quite simply, they want something different. They have a different focus, a different perspective on things. And they, most importantly, just want to flow with things in a very casual, very lighthearted way. And then we have you are living poetry and you are magic. These actually are giving me reference to your energy, pile 3. So I think that you're somebody who's very emotional, who's very much an abundant manifester, someone who's very spiritually evolved, I'm hearing. And I can't say that your person is. I think the person you're connected to, who you're inquiring about here, at least whoever's energy we're picking up for you, is someone who, again, is pretty shut off to spirituality or those higher level insights, intuition, those downloads that spirit tries to give as they help guide all of us. This person's really not too tuned into those energies at this time. Again, they're keeping it very surface, very superficial at this time with regard to the connection and with regard to their life. I think I'm getting a lot of introverted energy coming through for this person. So again, a lot of solitude indicated here. They may just be very focused, tunnel vision on their own small circle of the world, their own little box. I'm hearing they may, just be literally at home in their own energy and not worrying so much about others. Even though you bring them a lot of happiness, I'm hearing, even though there was really good energy flow between you in this connection. It's just not where this person is at, where they're just very clearly, it's indicated here that they're not at the level of looking for or desiring what you are fully, which is this happy ending, which is this home and family stability, this emotional stability and fulfillment, that happiness that they know you can provide. It's just not something that they're ready to step into. Let's see what else we need to know for pile 3 and their person. Why are they not communicating? Why are they silent? Why is there no contact? The 9 of Wands. In some cases, there is some level of defensiveness. King of Wands. That's confirmed for me with that card. There could have been a recent argument or a little bit of tension between the both of you. We have the Emperor and the 2 of Cups. Bottom of the deck, the 7 of Swords. I think, this is not feeling like a straight no contact to me. I do think that you are at times in contact with your person, but when you are, they're very defensive, or it's been a little bit cold and emotionally distant. This person could be very much in an energy of, quite frankly, being a bit pissed off, or certainly desiring control. We have the King of Wands here with the Lion, which is that Leo energy, so aggressive. Take charge. We have the Emperor, which, ill-dignified or a little bit more on the strong side, is someone who's desiring control and willing to maintain that at all costs. Someone who's very stubborn and stuck. And then we have the 2 of Cups here as well. So what you need to know at the end of the day is that they do feel very deeply for you, pile 3, but they're just in a really resistant, very headstrong, egoic energy right now. There could have been, again, an upset that's causing them to be a little bit more distant than normal, or very much, withdrawn and unwilling to really come forward in a more balanced or emotional way. And then they're very avoidant. They're very much just not in that place of, again, wanting the same things that you are. And so it's almost like when you can't meet on the bridge, what do? Well, someone just has to keep walking off the bridge. You two can't meet in the middle right now with the 2 of Cups is what I'm hearing. This harmony, this fulfillment, this emotional and this passionate, like, really, it just feels very emotionally charged, very much drawn to each other, very magnetic. Again, another lion even symbolically represented there. More Leo energy. Again, very drawn to each other. Great synergy between you. That just can't be achieved right now. For some reason, there's just a lot of resistance, a lot of hesitation, mostly on the part of your person, that's making it difficult. It's not able to come together in the way that it maybe has previously in the past. So let's go ahead and see what your person's actual thoughts and feelings are. Top row, Spirit, I'd like to be pile 2's person's feelings for pile 2 currently. Bottom row, their thoughts, current thoughts. So we have the Fool, the 7 of Pentacles. So they're wondering on where to invest. They're in the decision phase. Where do they invest their energy? Do they choose this? Do they choose to move forward? For some of you, with this moving forward and this letting go energy, this could be a cusp of where they're focusing their efforts on. Do they continue to just move forward, or do they actually, pull the trigger and pursue that path, or do they make the decision to remain in this connection and invest here? I think that this person is at a crossroads and realizes either way they can't continue as they have been. They either need to make changes in their own life because it's been highlighted for them through your connection that things are not the most balanced for this person just individually in their own world, or do they continue to stay stuck emotionally, stuck in their life, very limited in their bubble, in this loner wolf solitary energy, or do they move forward? Do they bear that burden and but also release that monkey off of their back and kind of step into a more empowered state? They're feeling, they're feeling guided to take that leap of faith with you. As I say that, I'm leaning towards this energy representative of somebody who wants to make that choice to continue to invest here and have that new leap of faith with you. And then we get the Fool 2.0 coming out just before the Fool. That's a wonderful, wonderful energy, a great synchronicity. I'll describe that in a moment for you. We have Strength. These are thoughts. Tower. And the King of Pentacles. This person wants to shake things up. They wish more than anything, even in the midst of this independent energy where they're not maybe necessarily ready for a full commitment, they do wish that they could level up and be a more stable figure for you in your life. They want to be able to show up for you more secure and stable, and to show you that you really do mean a lot to them, that they value this connection. They just have a lot of restriction, a lot of being held back. Strength, they keep a lot of their emotions in, they keep a lot of their thoughts and feelings in, a lot of their fear I'm hearing. They're very just hesitant to change, to shift and kind of stir things up with this Tower card. They love stability. This could be an earth sign. If it's not, which would be Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, then they just are an embodiment of those energies, which are very grounded and secure and stable, deeply rooted, very much have all of their affairs in order. This is someone who desires to be that for you and in their own life. I think they have, in some cases, a lot more that they need to attain, either materially or just in general in terms of gaining stability before they're at this level. For others, it's more just being able to step into this energy in a romantic sense. Again, we have the King of Pentacles here, which is someone who would be like a spousal energy, a husband, a father, a provider, very wonderful masculine energy represented there. But what we have is a Nine of Pentacles. This is someone who's just very, very self-focused, whereas the King of Pentacles is someone who's for the group think, if you will, for the good of the family, the good of the connection. He's very partnership minded. This is where your person would like to be on a good day, but their fear and all of the things that keep them held back prevent them from stepping into this energy and make them believe that they want to stay in that independent state of being. Again, I don't think they're fully ready for a full-on commitment, but at the same time, I do think that they're a bit more resistant than what their heart would otherwise have them be with you. So why this energy is significant with the Fool and the Fool 2.0. So one of my favorite cards in this deck, if not the favorite, and a very unique card exclusive to this deck, is the card the Fool 2.0 that Chris-Anne has created for this tarot. So with the Fool energy, we have someone who's taken a leap, right? We have that dog that's just flown off of the cliff. We've got that red I would say flower, that red feather there, and the flower down beneath, which is, red being our root chakra. This is our safety, our security. This is someone trusting and believing that things will work out, and then choosing to jump and taking that leap of faith. It represents a new beginning. Card 0, beginning and starting over. We have the infinity symbol at the top of the Fool 2.0, and there's a different image going on here. Again, that same feather, which is representative of security, of stability, of the idea that one can trust. But in this image, it's actually the person has not stepped off of the ledge. They are not actually going for it. What this card represents in this deck is the idea of taking a leap of faith or having a new beginning, but to do something over again, something you've technically done before. Now, this could either be having a new beginning with you. They're afraid to actually start things up again with you to take them to the next level. Or if it's not specific to you exactly, then it's going to represent having been in a relationship before. Again, taking that leap previously in a similar situation, for example, a similar dynamic of a loving relationship or commitment that they desired to have, and it not panning out. So they're again starting over. They're doing things differently again. This could even be like a divorced person or someone who's, again, come out of something very secure and stable that was long standing in their life for quite a while. And it's just a fear and apprehension to sort of do things over again. You know, they've been there, done that. They know how that ended. And there's just, again, there's a fear, there's a hesitance to step into that energy once again, even though they can trust it. Let's go ahead and get a little bit more information. What else do we need to know for pile three's person? The Star, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. Right now, this person needs to go on their own way. I know that's hard for you to hear, pile three, but this person needs to be on their own journey. They need their own healing. They need to come into the awareness of the potential of this connection and that they truly want it in their own time. They need to be stable and feeling in this King of Pentacles energy before they can offer and want to offer this Ace of Pentacles to you. I also think that with Ace of Swords, there's some element of maybe not ever knowing fully what their feelings are for you, or not getting the level of communication or the level of clarity with this connection that you would otherwise like to have. And there's just again, these things will come, but only after this person's had that time to themselves. Upwards and outwards. Yeah, this person wants to grow. Relationships, again, at the end of the day, that's really what they want, but coldness, they shut themselves out from it. Cozy up with risk. This came out in pile 2. This person has to get comfortable with the idea of taking that leap with that full 2.0 and trusting that things will be okay. Sometimes faith is truly just understanding the risk, trusting and knowing things will work out anyway, despite maybe all odds being against them or everything showing or making them feel as though it's not safe. Just believing that everything will work out anyway and be okay. Overthinking can spoil the magic. That's what your person does often. They constantly ruminate. They're in their headspace. They do a lot of thinking when they're in this independent energy with this Nine of Pentacles, this Nine of Cups, a lot of rumination, a lot of fantasizing, but then also it turns, it goes in a different direction to actually being detrimental. Creator Earth. So again, very, very self-focused, very materially focused, very grounded, almost too much. Person's grounded in the wrong ways. They're almost like stuck, stagnant, stuck in the mud, rather than being grounded and balanced, but yet open to more abundance. What do you really want? I think this person, again, really does desire that relationship. They desire that emotional fulfillment, and they believe, you know, or their energy wants something different than what they would believe. You know, I think their heart space wants to open. They are inclined to want something more with you, something deeper, to express themselves more, to level up and provide that offer, and yet they just resist it. What does your soul say? If they would just tap into intuition, again, at the very beginning we saw, they're not really lined up with the Hierophant and that Queen of Swords underneath. We also have the High Priestess with the Five of Wands, the struggle to tap into intuition. They're not listening and tuning into what their soul says. Let's go ahead and get some guidance for you, pile 3. What does pile 3 most need to know right now to support themselves, support their person, this connection, as they continue to move forward on their path of their own highest good? Two of Wands, one of my favorite cards as well. Six of Pentacles. Justice. And the Eight of Swords. This is a very clear message about being more measured in how you choose to show up for this person and in this connection, and sort of about holding back from overgiving, because you tend to do that a lot. You tend to really invest a lot energetically in this situation where it's not balanced, where you're not getting that even exchange back, and where it's not really benefiting you to do so. The Two of Wands is one of my favorite cards in this deck. As you can see here in this image, rather than being focused on the open door with that beautiful open field, which represents freedom, this idea of openness, of expansiveness, of expansion, growth, potential, not even the key, which would open this lock that they're focused on. They're not even focused on the solutions right now. They're not focused on what can change or how they can improve things. They're just focused on their limitations. That person's only fixated on that lock and not on the key and not on the open doorway. So they don't even need the lock or the key. This person needs a perspective shift. They are having it slightly, as I said, but they're really still struggling to tap into that intuition, pile 3. So that's something that's coming for them, but that hasn't happened yet. Be solutions focused. Step into that doorway of freedom. Don't continue to look at the limitations in this connection. You have so much abundance available to you, pile 3. Guidance for pile 3. Get back to elemental. That's balancing, grounding. The good kind. Again, focus on what's good. Focus on the abundance, on the openness. Rise, ascend. Transmute this energy and move beyond it. Flow out of it. It's not serving you right now. You're showing up in a situation where you shouldn't really be any longer. Welcome the divine masculine. So this is power energy, stepping into your power. Again, we all possess divine masculine and feminine energies. We may have a specific core, either masculine or feminine, regardless of gender, but we all embody both. So to be in your divine masculine energy is to be in your power, to be inspired to take those divinely guided actions, those inspired actions that are going to allow you to rise and lift yourself up by focusing on the good stuff, by focusing on abundance and on appreciation and on seeing things, you know, in a different light. That helps your person to also do that. And by getting back to elemental, rebalancing, not overgiving, not showing up too much in this situation where it doesn't serve you, not over-investing energetically, you're going to achieve a state of balance that's going to, again, allow this connection to level up and allow your person to level up as well, pile 3. I hope this reading has been helpful for you. I've so enjoyed providing it with Chris Ann's decks today. They were all beautiful in their own way. This is not sponsored, by the way. I just enjoy her decks very much. But yeah, if you've also enjoyed this reading, if it's resonated for you, brought you some level of clarity, I know it was a little triggering for some of you, but if it has helped, I would love for you to engage with the channel. It's just a wonderful energy exchange for the reading today. Like, share, or subscribe. You not only then get to see further content from me, but it allows others to become aware of my channel and my content creations as well. It's just, again, a really wonderful, easy way that viewers can show their appreciation and express their thankfulness for receiving these free readings. With that said, I do hope to see you in a future reading. I do bring out these pick a card several times a week as much as I can and continue to do so. Plan to as much as possible in the future. I hope to see you again. I love connecting. Until next time, I'm sending you so much loving, joyful, abundant energy today and every day as you move through